Hey, what's up, guys? I know everybody's wanting to watch basketball tonight, but this was really important that we got everything going and that I did a call, especially since we're kicking off our boot camp. And I'm sorry about the glasses and how there's like a glare right on my eyeballs, but I'm getting old and the computer screen's getting a little fuzzy. So we may have some other coaches jump on here in a little bit, but basically the reason I wanted to do this call tonight was just to let you guys know the second 90-day phase of our 2015 group starts April 13th. If you're wanting to jump in the Perfection Crew, please let Joey know, and Joey or Steve Little, either one of those will get you in the Perfection Crew. That starts April 13th. And if you don't know the qualifications or what's involved with the Perfection Crew, please look at the orientation site. And the orientation site address is welcome.tdnation.com. And if you haven't gone through that, especially if you're new to the group, if you're new to TD Nation, you definitely need to go through all those steps. Watch the welcome video. Complete step 1, which kind of just explains what the group is, how to turn off the notifications on your phone, what all the little small groups we have for you guys, and then go into step 2, and then after that, step 3. And then you're complete with the orientation process, and you'll know how to get the most out of TD Nation to really help you get the transformation you guys are wanting. So next week starts our second of 4 90-day phases in 2015. The first phase, unbelievable. We've got over 1,600 members going on 1,700 members. That's just insane. Really excited that everybody's seeing such good success, and we have a lot of weight loss stories already in 2015. So next week, I want to recognize you guys, especially those of you that have been in the group since the beginning of 2015. So I will throw up a document so you can put your weight loss from the beginning of 2015, so we can all recognize those who have worked really hard and done awesome and lost a lot of weight in these first 90 days. The only other big news is the first ever TD Nation retreat is just 18 days away. I cannot believe that time has flown that fast. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got well over 100 people coming from all over, including Canada, to do a live workout with me, and also run a couple races together, do some tailgating together, and then have a big TD Nation celebration Saturday night. So definitely going to be the highlight of 2015 for me. So I'm really excited about it. And speaking of that, if you are coming to the TD Nation retreat, there's only 2 hours left to get your shirt. So make sure that you do that. All right, on to boot camp. So we've got this boot camp starting on the 13th. And I just wanted to reiterate a few points for those of you in the boot camp. We have a little over 250. We had to cut it off because I want to make sure that I give everybody my attention that's in that group. You've all got your meal plans. You all have your recipes for week 1. So you should be pretty well set. Make sure that you've got the 3 resistance workouts or that you want to do for the 4 weeks. Remember, you got to do 3 resistance days a week, and then make sure that you've filled out the fitness activity tracker form, which is in the file section. I'll look. I don't know. I think most everybody has filled that out, but I'll double check that, and then we will post another fitness activity tracker form next week before we kick off, where you can put all your measurements and all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you've watched the boot camp information call. That is in the file section. Make sure that you've watched that. And then, all you got to do is follow the meal plan for 4 weeks. So a couple things on the meal plan for those of you guys that are in the group. If you are, or even if you're not on any medications, but especially if you're on medications, make sure that you check with your doctor, show him the meal plan and make sure that it's okay. I attached a waiver form that's also in the file section that you should read through. But you know, obviously I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a personal trainer. But I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a physician. So if you have any concerns about the food plan, make sure you check with your doctor. Even if you don't have concerns about the meal plan and you're on medications, check with your doctor. You know, there could be some things in there that can mess with your medications. I assume if you're on medications, you know what foods not to eat. Like I know grapefruits can kind of mess with some medications. But that's a perfect example. So if you have any concerns at all, check with your doctor. If you're on medications, definitely check with your doctor. And then lastly, I wanted to go over the HIIT workouts. I believe the guys that the HIIT workouts are named after are going to post those this coming week. You will have those before we kick off on day one. I cannot reiterate enough that the HIIT workouts are optional. So you do not have to do them. If you feel like you need more cardio and you're not losing fat as fast as you want to, then do the HIIT workouts. And you can do them as intense as you want. You know, if you want to do 5 rounds, you can do 5 rounds. If you only feel like you've got 1 round, then just do 1 round. If you don't feel like you got anything in you, don't do anything. I'll be honest, I've got a bad Achilles, so I can't do a lot of the HIIT workouts we're going to be putting up. So some of them include sprints, some of them include jump rope. You know, the one I can do that's pretty low impact is the Joey, which we all love. But it includes burpees, walking lunges, and mountain climbers. So really low impact. I think most people can probably do those. Hey, what's up, Alan?
Yes, I got on the video and saw you were all by yourself. I felt bad for you.
Oh, I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just trying to go rapid fire so I can get this basketball game in. But so anyway, talking about HIIT workouts, you know, they're completely optional. Obviously, you guys know your body. You're going to have to, you know your limitations. I know my body, and I have a bad Achilles, so I can't go out and do sprints. One of the, I think maybe 2 of the HIIT workouts include sprints. I'm not probably going to do those because of my foot. But we want to give you guys those optional workouts for added fat loss. But the Joey is pretty low impact, so I think most people can do the Joey. Don't you, Alan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's one that I do, you know, several times a week, and right after my resistance training, I'll knock a couple of those out. So as many rounds as I can. Today it was 4. So let's see. So you guys all know, check with your doctors. I think that is all I had. And let me just get in here and see if we have any questions. Ivy wants to know, what do I think about E&E as a pre-workout? That's energy and endurance. For those that don't know, it's a Beachbody product. I think it's the healthiest pre-workout out there, and you know, it's just like it's just a little bit of extra caffeine with some beta-alanine in it and some other stuff. But it's healthy. It works. It's good. If you've never taken a pre-workout, it'll really be good for you. But it's totally up to you if you want to take pre-workouts or not. If you feel like you need that extra jolt, especially if you're working out first thing in the morning, it's fine. Let's see. Alan, can you think of any other questions that came through today in the group?
Oh, in the boot camp group?
Yeah, the boot camp group.
I actually have not hardly been on that group today.
Okay, that's okay. Let me see if I can find my post from earlier today.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through.
One thing I did want to cover, because I know we had this question. So in the meal plan for the boot camp, I talked about this a little bit already, but On the meal plan, just to make it easy and make it a little bit more budget friendly, some of the vegetables that I put a lot, and you definitely do not have to eat green beans as much as is on the menu, or if I have several days with broccoli and you're just sick of broccoli, you don't have to eat that as much. Um, Completely up to you. If it's a green vegetable, you can sub another green vegetable for it, and that's perfectly okay. I know somebody had asked, are you talking, when we measure vegetables, are you talking packed down or loose? And really, it doesn't matter. I mean, with green vegetables, you're not gonna get heavy off of them. So I mean, really, you can veg out. You can eat as much of that as you want. But the meal plan I gave you is plenty of vegetables. I mean, you're getting like, usually 4 cups a day plus your Shakeology if you're taking Shakeology. So there's plenty there. But if you want to sub different vegetables, sub them. That's fine. And then I put mahi mahi on there for the white fish, but that's because I really enjoy that. I realize it's a little bit expensive. If you don't want to do that, you can sub cod for that. There's several other white fish. Just go into MyFitnessPal, pull up, or search on Google alternatives to mahi mahi, and find something that's close in calories and macros, and that'll be fine.
Found one question so far.
Okay, cool.
So this is for a woman in the group is asking this question is, what do we do calorie-wise after the 4 weeks?
Oh.
I will have dropped from 1,600. Should we just reverse diet back up?
Yeah, so you're gonna be at 1,300 calories just for 4 weeks. So nothing big, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Alan? I think it's fine to add 100 calories back and slowly go back up to 1,600. I don't know if it's gonna matter for a lot of people, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you're normally at like 1,600 and dropping to 13, I mean, I don't think you have to like do a full-on like reverse diet. I think you can do 5 days to a week at like 1450 and then bump back up to 16. I think it'll be fine. Usually, having to reverse diet is more of a prolonged calorie deficit type dealio. If you're only doing a month, you may not even have to, but.
Yeah.
I don't like doing big calorie jumps up, so I always take it in a couple steps.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Yeah, great question, though. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but you're only talking 300 calories a day. But yeah, like Alan said, if you want to go 5 days and slowly bump that up, I think that's fine. You'll be all right, though. And some of you also, it's. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit, but it's going to depend what you did leading up to this. I mean, some of you have gonna have undereaten. You're not going to be eating as much as you should. So, and then some of you are going to have been you're going to be overeaters. So it's really hard. Everybody's asking me, what's going to happen. Some of you are going to lose a lot of weight really quick, and some of you aren't. So regardless, stick to the plan for week 1 and week 2. And in week 2, let's see what your body's doing. And if you're not having any movement, then message me or talk to your coach, and then we'll figure out what to do. We can ask you specific questions about what you did leading up to this point and what we're going to do for the last 2 weeks to try to help you, get some positive movement on the measuring tape and on the scale.
That was all the questions I saw.
All right. That's good, man. There's not that much. Let me scroll back up. All right. So I saw somebody said, can anyone tell me where to find the file section? So you need to pull up the orientation site, which is welcome.tdnation.com, and go through step 1. Step 1, we even show you pictures how to find the file section, and that is going to be extremely important to you to do. So there's, I mean, if you're on a PC and you look under the banner pick, you'll see tabs where it says members, events, photos, and files. You just click on files. If you're on your phone, click on the banner pick. I can't remember. Let me look real quick. I think you just click on the banner pick.
Yeah, and then there's a menu where you can just say files.
Yeah. So it's really easy. It's just a lot of people just miss it. And if you're in the boot camp, I mean, that's where we're putting everything. That's where your week 1 meal plan is. That's where your week 1 recipes are. That's where the information call is, the first information call for the boot camp. And that's where the fitness activity tracker form will be. And just so you guys know, again, if you I'll usually post the fitness activity form on a Friday. You'll have Friday and all day Saturday to fill it out. If you're on vacation or death in the family or something comes up, just message me and I'll let it slide. I'm definitely not wanting to kick people out of this. I want you to get through it, but we want to hold you guys accountable. So you'll have all day Friday, all day Saturday to fill it out, and then on Sunday I'll go through it, and those people who haven't filled it out will be removed from the group. So, I'm not mad if you guys don't fill it out and you get removed from the group, so don't be mad at me. It's just something we're doing to keep people accountable. That's it. So I'll go through and make sure everybody's filled out this last one, and then I will post another one this Friday before the actual boot camp begins on the 13th, and you'll have Friday and Saturday to fill that one out, and that one will have your starting weight and your starting measurements. So if you don't have one of these guys, get one, so you can take some measurements, because always measurements are really important, and you can tell what's going on more than just the scale. So Alan, do you have anything else to add about the boot camp?
Man, I'll just say again that weight isn't everything, and I've seen a lot of people make some really awesome progress and lose maybe 5 pounds, but they just so don't be over. I mean, really, if I'm talking to someone and I haven't lost much weight, but I've lost 3 inches off my waist and 2 or 3 off my hips, I'm like, awesome. So, but the scale is a good measurement of progress, especially if you're still pretty big. But inches are just as, if not more, important.
Yeah. Yeah, and the first week is just going to be, especially if you've never done resistance training, you're going to retain a little bit more water. So the first week, I think everybody's going to be kind of all over the board. Some people, and we always say we want you guys eating as much as possible and losing that healthy 1 to 2 pounds a week, unless you're extremely, extremely obese, and if you're losing 5 to 7, then that's a different story. But for most people, if you're at that, 1 to 2 pounds a week, that's fantastic, man. That's 50 to 100 pounds a year. So I really don't think you need to set a goal any more than that. But for the boot camp, honestly, like Alan's saying, the goal is not necessarily weight loss. The goal is to teach you guys a meal plan that's doable, that you and your spouse and your family can do. Teach you how to cook some recipes and give you options so that you can hit the proper calorie goals and macronutrient goals, and that's really important. That's how you're going to have success long term. And then we also, obviously want to show you guys a few options to throw in there for fast food if you're on the go and all that stuff. And again, one thing I didn't say again was that those fast food options are strictly optional. We're just giving you something for the week. If you don't want to do that fast food option, you certainly don't have to. I'd rather you not, but I want to give you something just to teach you that, hey, if my family's dying for McDonald's, I can go to McDonald's and not kill my calories and macros for the day and set me back. So That's really it. Really, it's just to show you guys a step-by-step plan how to do this, and realize that it's not as hard as you think. It takes a little bit of work, but today in the boot camp, I posted a picture of the bruschetta chicken I made. That's on the week 1 meal plan. It took me 90 seconds to heat that up, guys. I mean, I can't get through a drive-thru at McDonald's that fast. So a lot of people think that cooking your own food takes a lot of time. It's more time-consuming and more expensive, and it's just not. I made all that stuff on Sunday, and I'm good to go for the week. So it took a couple hours on Sunday to prep food, but then you're good to go for the rest of the week.
I think another thing a really good outcome of this group, I mean, it's just a really cool opportunity to just knuckle down, work hard, maybe try some different types of training, and to just see, how you like that. How do you do with some intense, weightlifting workouts? If you're used to doing like a lot of Shaun T programs, then trying something like P90X or Body Beast or whatever the resistance routines you're doing, it's a really good opportunity to let's try something different and see how you feel doing that. And then really, if you haven't been doing that great on your nutrition, just see, well, let's knuckle down and dial that in for a month and just see what you can do. And if you lose weight, great, but I think more it's a momentum builder to really get on a roll and say, okay, this is really doable and I can keep going forward. So
yeah. All right, I saw another question come through. Jill Stewart was asking, is going to the gym, Planet Fitness, and doing the 30-minute circuit there count as resistance? Honestly, I said this in the information call, I would rather you either A, do a resistance workout from a Beachbody program, or B, work out with a personal trainer. And here's why. I can't tell you, well, every single client that I train, and I have about 16 to 20 sessions a week, every single client I train, the biggest thing they say when I train them is, regardless of what I've ever done in the gym, regardless of any workouts I've ever done, the biggest thing I learn is how to push myself. And I think everybody who begins working out has no idea how to push themselves. Part of it is you're worried you're going to get injured, which isn't a bad thing. And that's why I think it's really important to either watch a Beachbody resistance DVD so you can see how hard they're pushing, and they're cueing and telling you about form and reminding you when to take breaks and when to slow down. But a personal trainer does that too. A personal trainer can tell when you're pushing too much and can keep you safe. I think if you get on a circuit, a circuit at Planet Fitness, you're going to do a couple weights, and when it starts to burn, you're going to slow down and stop, and you may not push as hard, and you may wait too long in between sets, and doing that same circuit every single day just does not advance your body. So and for the boot camp, no, I don't want you just to go to Planet Fitness and do their circuit. I want you either doing a Beachbody program with resistance training or working with a personal trainer a few times a week. And just so you know, because some people might be like, oh, Lance is just trying to sell stuff. I'm not. If you can honestly get on your Team Beachbody account and you can activate 30 days of on-demand for free, and you'll have over $2,000 in programs. So you'll have everything you need to do resistance training. You can go get bands if you don't have weights, but most of the time, for females, if you've got up to 10, 15 pounds in dumbbells, you'd probably be okay. Not too many women need more than that when they start out weightlifting. But I think if you activate your free account, you'll have that for 30 days, and then you can cancel it later so you're not charged. It's still not very expensive. I think it's like $13 a month, but they charge you every quarter, so you're charged $39 every 3 months, and you get $2,000 in programs you can stream. So it's a great deal. Let's see. Okay, Trina asks, is that all the food that we need to eat in a 24-hour time frame, or should we be eating it as lasted? I'm asking because you don't have a morning snack for females. If I get hungry, can I move something for dinner, for example? Yeah, you can move anything around, anything in the meal plan. So if there's an afternoon snack and you want it for your morning snack, you can move that. If you know, it's I don't know when a lot of you are working out. You know, everybody has different workout schedules. So, you know, typically what I do, like if I have a meal in there where I have some carbs scheduled, so if I have, you know, chicken and rice is just an easy example that comes off the top of my head. But if I have a meal with chicken and rice, that meal is typically, you know, within an hour after my workout. So if you see a meal a little bit higher in carbs and you want to move that right after your workout, you can do that. If you get really, really hungry and you're starving in the morning, you can move that snack that you had in the afternoon to the morning. That's fine. You can move anything around. Doesn't matter. Just as long as you get all those calories in that 24-hour time period.
So that's an interesting question. I've been seeing a lot of people, not just here, asking about, you know, what's like optimal meal timing and whatnot, but really the most important thing is just, you know, these are my nutritional goals, calories, macros for the day, and just sticking to those numbers during the day, however it best fits your schedule, and whatever lets you be the most consistent. Really, you know, that's going to be the bulk of your results. And after that, it's, you know, you can get to like, I had a really nasty leg day. If I don't have some carbs after the workout, I'm going to feel like trash for most of the day. So I know that about myself. So I be sure. My goodness. I make sure I get something like that post-workout to help me feel better because I've learned that. But you know, is it necessary to, you know, hit specific things at certain times? Not really, for just what you're looking at. I think if you're looking for, if you're working on muscle building, one thing to consider is to spread your protein out to like 3 or 4 different doses throughout the day, and that helps optimize muscle synthesis.
Which we have in the meal plan.
Yeah. But, you know, carbohydrate, fat, eat when you feel like it. Just stick to your numbers.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think a lot of people get too caught up. They're reading, you know, articles from bodybuilding magazines, and there's just so much stuff in there. And they're talking about, you know, a lot of that advice is people trying to get from 5 or 6% body fat to 5% body fat. You know,
and it's about 3% of your total progress.
Right. It's a whole different animal. All right. Let's see.
Which I'll be there.
Yeah, you will.
Sooner or later.
You will.
I'm going for Chris Coburn ripped.
Yeah, he is. He's ripped, man. Let's see. All right, I don't think, I don't see any more in the boot camp page. Let me check 2015. Oh, somebody wanted to know how many tags Joey actually got. Do you know? I don't really know.
Apparently, I saw that he had like 1,050 notifications when he got back.
That's awesome. Way to go, guys. All right. All right, that's it, man. That's it, guys. Ready to kick boot camp off. Ready to kick the next 90, the second phase of 2015 off. So next week I'll give shout outs for weight loss. I just wanted to make sure everybody in the boot camp was ready to go, and they are fired up, aren't they, Alan? They're really fired up. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, they're motivated, fired up, excited. They're trying out recipes already. Today we talked about spices a lot. There will be more boot camps, I promise. So we decided to do one at the first 4 weeks of every 90 days and the last 4 weeks. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to really get good momentum to start your 90 days out, and then good momentum to finish your 90 days out. So I think that'll work. After this first group, we're just using it to get all the kinks out, like when I forgot to tell the women how many ounces of chicken they got in one of the meals. So all that stuff is getting all worked out with this first group. But it'll all be worked out for the second group. And it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see how everybody likes it and how everybody does. But that's it. We will talk to you guys next week. Let me make sure. I keep my phone's blowing up so I can hear it beeping. There's nothing else, right, Alan?
Not that I've seen.
Okay, good. All right. If there is, I'll answer it. I'll type it out and answer you guys later tonight. But keep up the great work. Keep up the participation. Everybody's doing wonderful, and can't wait for the retreat in 18 days. It's going to be exciting. All right, guys. Have a wonderful week.